Hello everyone and welcome back to Neptune's Child Tarot. My name is Monique and this is my second tarot channel here on YouTube. For those of you that this is your first time clicking on one of my videos, I'd also encourage you to check out my main tarot channel, Moon Moth Goddess, where I do have additional content posted in playlists that you guys might want to check out. So today's pick a card reading, we are doing self-love and personal power. And this is one that was subscriber requested that someone left in the comments, I believe on, I don't know if it was yesterday's video or one of the other videos that I had posted. So self-love and personal power. And we do have 3 crystals for you guys to choose from today. We have pink agate, malachite, and amethyst. And we are going to be adding in one of these cards to help you to choose the right pile for yourself today. If you feel drawn to more than one, that is perfectly okay for today's reading. So let's see here, messages on self-love and personal power. So pile 1, we have I am supported. Pile 2, we have I reveal my truth. And then pile number 3, messages on self-love and personal power. We also have I am ready. Okay, so those are going to be your choices for today. As I said, if you want to choose more than one, that is perfectly okay. But pile 1, we have the I am supported card with the pink agate. Pile number 2, we have I reveal my truth with the malachite. And then pile number 3, we have I am ready with the amethyst. So pause the video if you need a little bit more time to meditate on the crystals, the artwork, the words that are here at the bottom of the card, however you feel drawn. I'm seeing that there's numbers on here. We've also got number 9 for this one, number 13 here, and then number 30 on card number 3. Okay, so timestamps will be down below, and I will see you guys at your reading. Hi, pile 1. So those of you that chose the I am supported card with the pink agate, this is going to be your reading. So the first message with your I am supported card is really about you understanding that during those times where you might feel like you are alone, or you don't really have maybe say support of friends or family, this is just Spirit's reminder. In a sense, you see this woman, how there's these angel wings that are behind her. And so that is for us to remember that we always have, you know, loved ones in spirit, ancestors, spirit guides, guardian angels, spirit, God, universe, source, whatever your belief is, that is always there, always supporting us. So during those times when we might feel a little bit lost, or we are trying to make decisions, choices, you know, along our path, this is really Spirit's reminder that you are always being supported, you're always being guided, you're always being watched over. So if you are, you know, feeling at a time where you don't know, you know, what your next move should be, or, you know, like I said, any type of decision you're trying to make, is to reach out to your guides and to speak to them, you know, knowing that they're there, listening, ready to help, to assist you, to guide you, and be open to receiving those messages in the ways in which they do communicate with you. Sometimes they can communicate with you through your dreams, through, you know, your intuition, through meditation. Sometimes they can use, you know, other people, a friend, a stranger, you know, that you might overhear in a restaurant or a store that's giving you the message that you need to hear, that's helping you. It could be through music, through a billboard ad that you see while you're driving, you know, down the street or on the freeway. So always know that you are being supported and that you always have, you know, spirit right there to assist you along your path. So that is one of the first messages that's here. So we're going to start off with your tarot, with getting some messages on self-love and your personal power. And I will have all of the tarot and oracle decks listed down below for you guys that are interested in purchasing for yourself. So pile one, what messages are you needing to hear at this time on self-love and your personal power? Self-love and your personal power. For pile one. Okay, so we do have the Three of Swords that we are starting off with. And the Three of Swords, Libra energy. But this is talking about pain, suffering, heartache, heartbreak, and a message of healing. So for many of you, it could be a need to kind of take a look within the self to see what wounds, you know, might still be there. You know, even those that might be within your conscious or even subconscious mind that need healing. Okay. We do have the King of Swords energy here. So we also have Gemini and Aquarius. Messages on self-love and personal power. I'm also getting here with the King of Swords energy here. There's a need for some of you to voice or communicate any troubling thoughts I feel like you have, to voice your feelings that you might have due to things that you may have gone through in the past. There could be a need for you to share your story, and that could be through writing, it could be through poetry, it could be through any form of expression that may be something that is very healing for you, and may also be something that helps you to reclaim your power, because it's kind of like you're giving the pain that you have endured in your past a voice to be able to release and let go. Okay, to help you to reclaim your power. I'm also seeing the Five of Swords energy here as well. And I notice that we have all swords out so far. And the swords are about our thoughts, ideas, communication, our words. And so this can be, especially with the Five of Swords energy here, sometimes we can feel defeated. We can, you know, have some self-sabotaging thoughts. So I'm feeling with the King of Swords energy here, which is really about us moving into a clear headspace, evolving, growing into a place of higher consciousness, and being able to change, I feel like, our perspective and the way that we communicate with the self and also outwardly towards others. And so with the Five of Swords energy here, I feel like being mindful of when you start to speak negatively or even hold on to any type of self-limiting beliefs that may block you from, you know, truly stepping into your power. So let's see what else. Messages on self-love and personal power for pile number one. And I feel like with the King of Swords energy here, yeah, look at this, all air sign energy. We have the Justice card, which is Libra. But yes, I'm feeling with the Justice card here, there's a need to kind of create balance, okay? Creating balance here. And also I'm feeling learning lessons that you may have had from the past. I'm seeing the Empress energy coming out in reverse here as well. And so I'm feeling, because we do have the Empress energy in reverse, I'm just going to move this around. We have the Empress energy in reverse. This can talk about, you know, low self-esteem, lowered self-worth. It can talk about depression, you know, certain mood disorders that you may struggle with. Now, the Empress can either be that we become completely closed off with emotional blockages, okay? Emotional blockages that are there, and become very guarded emotionally. And so this can also become either closed off, blocked off emotionally, or we can become very clingy and needy in this energy here as well when it's in reverse. And so this here with the blockages within the feminine energy, the Empress is about unconditional love and nurturing and knowing your worth, knowing your value. And so sometimes when we go through, right, painful things, breakups, you know, challenging situations, maybe even feeling betrayed by others, whether or not is a romantic partner or a friend, something that hurts us, words, harsh words with the Five of Swords energy can also be the harsh words that we communicate, like I said, our inner dialogue, or it can even be harsh words that have been said to us in the past by others. And so what I'm kind of seeing here is that maybe for some of you, a lot of those things may have been things that you have internalized. And those may have been things here with the Empress energy in reverse that have affected the way that you view yourself, okay? The Five of Swords can sometimes be very aggressive energy that other people have directed towards you. It could have been something that happened during childhood. It could be something that you've experienced with romantic partners, with friends, anything like that. And so that can really do or take, you know, a lot of damage, a lot of toll on how you feel about yourself and how you show up for yourself and kind of express yourself to the world. And so with Justice here, I feel like there's another message here about you trusting that anybody that has hurt you in a way, for you to know that justice will be served in those situations with whoever has kind of inflicted these types of wounds, right? And I feel like a lot of it may be centered around communication that had been expressed to you. And with the Empress in reverse, this can even be, and this may not resonate for all of you, but for some of you, it can even be having a parent that may have also been that person who was emotionally blocked, emotionally unavailable, cold, detached, not really being nurturing. Maybe was something that you needed, and maybe that could have been something that a mother did not give. This can also talk about abandonment, right, that you might have, or even emotional neglect with a parent. Doesn't necessarily have to be mom. It can also be dad, okay? Or any type of mother figure that you may have had in your life. And sometimes when we are raised in that type of environment, it can also affect us in the way that we view ourselves. It can either make us that person, we become that person who, depending on what type of upbringing we've had, can then too become someone who's emotionally blocked or closed off, or like I said, the complete opposite, where we become very clingy and needy because of the lowered self-esteem, the lowered self-worth. We may have or lose respect for ourselves. We may, you know, allow ourselves to be mistreated by others, talked down to, you know, things of that nature. And so I am seeing this for some of you as a need for reparenting the self, learning how to love and nurture the self. The Empress is also a representation of beauty and body positivity and loving yourself exactly as you are, okay? Regardless of your gender, we all have this feminine energy within the self. And so, like I said, with the Empress in reverse, it can be that need for you to really focus on learning, right? To love yourself in the way that you speak to yourself internally, you know, even any things that you may be struggling with or dealing with in the past. Okay. And I'm also seeing that you do have the Knight of Cups energy here as well. The Knight of Cups is about openness and receptivity. And some of you, I feel like, because the Knight of Cups is also a representation of someone who wears their heart on their sleeve. Okay. Which you may have in the past allowed yourself to be very vulnerable and put your feelings out there, put your heart out there, and may have even had situations where people have mishandled, right? Your heart, your feelings, your emotions, and have really hurt you. It's kind of what I'm getting here. And a lot of that I'm getting because of all the swords energy here has been words, actions. The swords is also about actions. So certain actions that people may have taken against you, certain things that they may have said to you may have really, I feel like with the Empress in reverse, taken a toll, you know, on that and made you feel maybe even very low. And so, you know, there may still be some thoughts that kind of linger, you know, beneath the surface, about things that you hold on to, about, you know, things that people have said to you in the past that have been painful, that have kind of stuck with you. And those can be things that kind of sit at the back of your mind where you repeat those things, you repeat those thoughts, you know, insecurities that kind of pop in because of that. So yes, definitely a need with the Empress energy in reverse, a need for self-love, mothering the self, nurturing the self. Like I said, for some of you, it can even be along the lines of reparenting, okay? Connecting in with your inner child and, you know, nurturing him or her, okay? And then also with the Knight of Cups energy here, this is about openness, receptivity, love. And so, yeah, I'm getting with the Justice card here, there is a need for bringing about balance, I feel like, within your heart space as well as within the mind and the thoughts that you have centered around, you know, trusting to allow yourself to open up your heart again, okay? But I am getting here, working on the feminine is going to be something that is very beneficial to you, I feel, especially for reclaiming your power, okay? Because I'm kind of seeing this as a suppressed feminine energy, one that needs maybe a voice, like I said, that needs to be able to communicate, you know, certain things that you've gone through to allow yourself to kind of filter through maybe even some belief systems that you may have acquired along the way due to some things that you have gone through. Okay, so with the King of Swords, it's about being able to also change your perspective, I feel like, as you grow, evolve into this mental space of clarity and being able to kind of cut through illusions. Okay, because the King of Swords is about the facts, right? So if there has been people in your past that have said things to you, or your internal dialogue is in this place of negative thoughts, negative space, then with the King of Swords, you have to really ask yourself, you know, with those things that have been said to you, or even the internal dialogue, are those things true? Okay? Like if someone said something to you that was really painful, really hurtful, do you really believe what that person is saying? That what they're saying to you, and especially if it's harsh, is it true? You know? And so that, I feel like, is where you're needing to kind of change or shift and, you know, not allow yourself to fall into the opinion or of another person's value of you or opinion of you. Because the King of Swords is all about facing truth, right? Not illusion that these words and actions and thoughts might create, but more or less what is the truth of who you are as a person, right? Loving, beautiful, nurturing, kind, sensitive, caring, compassionate, you know, abundant. And that is what you need to know about yourself with that Empress energy, right? Not the reverse where we are, you know, maybe feelings of unworthiness, okay? Like I said, lowered self-esteem, low self-worth, okay? Do we really believe that about the self, or do we know that we are someone who is capable of being loved, giving love, receiving love, okay, in all its most beautiful forms? So let's see what else. We also have Taurus, lots of air sign energy here. Like I said, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. We also have Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. So yes, I'm seeing this as a need for nurturing, self-love, self-care, and allowing ourselves, taking time to fill your own cup, okay? Because with this in reverse, to me, this is like feeling like your cup is empty, and there's a need for you to replenish yourself, okay? So let's go into your oracle messages. Where do I want to start? Let's start with this one here. Okay, so let's see. Messages on self-love and personal empowerment. Messages on self-love and personal empowerment for pile number 1. Okay, so we have celebrate being human. It says existence is a miracle. Okay, existence is a miracle. And I'm feeling like this is kind of like this need for celebrating self, right? Celebrating yourself, being present. Let's see what else. Messages on self-love and personal power. We also have create your heaven on earth. Think big. There are no limitations. Let's see. Messages on self-love and personal power. We have the medicine woman with heal. And it says, I nurture and nourish my mind, body, and soul. Okay, and I love that because you have a lot of this energy here having to deal with the mind. Okay, body, I feel like with the Empress energy. Most definitely soul here as well, but yes, I love that. Heal. Let's see, let's move these down. Self-love and personal power. We also have the lost star with rebirth, and it says out of darkness into the light. Okay, so I mean, this can literally be pulling yourself, I feel like, out of a dark place mentally, emotionally. Okay, rebirth is about being able to release the past, forgive the pain, the heaviness, the burden. And like I said, I feel like a lot of it is still a lot of mental stuff that you're holding on to. A lot of mental. Yeah. Mental things, right? Like I said, things that people have done, said, okay, are the things in which you're still working towards releasing here. You know, especially if when that person said something to you and you, at that moment, you believed, right, that was true, right? So, you know, someone telling you that you were not lovable or that you weren't good enough or whatever it was, right? Or even those things that you tell yourself, okay? So to me, rebirth also has a lot to do, like I said earlier, about forgiveness. Being able to release, being able to allow yourself to heal, right? Honoring your feelings, your emotions, your thoughts, okay, as they do come up for you. So let's see, what else? Pile number 1. Messages on self-love and personal power. We have the central sun, and it says abundance, downloads, regeneration, and also success. Okay? And as I'm kind of getting from this here, it could be that as you heal and reclaim your power, this may also be for some of you something that really helps you to open up any blockages that you have surrounding abundance, which I love because the Empress is a representation of abundance, of manifestation, fertility, growth. And as you work towards healing this feminine energy, to me, that is what is also changing for you, is your ability to manifest, your belief in yourself, and the ability to manifest love, prosperity, whatever it is that you're really wanting to create. Okay? Let's see what else here. Messages on self-love and personal power. But yes, I'm feeling that the feminine energy may be very important for you as far as reclaiming your power here, because like I said, that makes me feel like feminine energy is suppressed. Okay, feminine energy being suppressed. And many of you that could have even been, especially with the Five of Swords here, dealing with someone who had toxic feminine energy. Okay, toxic feminine. And sometimes that's us, right? Sometimes it's us. Sometimes it's not just always another person who had that toxic feminine energy, but it's us, right? We can be toxic. Every single person has the capability of being toxic, or has been in their life. Okay, let's see. We also have the Divine Matrix, and it says interconnectedness, synchronicity, and I don't even know how to say this. It looks like it says God into incidences, coincidences. That's interesting. Interconnectedness. Okay, so what I'm kind of seeing with that is that this is you recognizing how we are connected to everyone. We are connected to other people, friends, family, everyone, all of us, right? All of us connected. So as you heal yourself, right? To me, this is also about you healing others along with that, right? The people around you, your ancestors, your family line. Maybe something that's very powerful in this healing energy as well. Okay. Messages on self-love and personal power. We have trust your faith, dive into the unfolding journey. And it says, what is your faith asking of you? Okay. Let's get one more. That is way too many. Messages on self-love and personal power. Okay, let's see. We have the Midas touch, and it says, things are working out in your favor. And it says, in what ways are you abundant right now? Okay. In what ways are you abundant? And I feel like the more you really start to believe in yourself, love yourself, nurture yourself, right? You're elevating your self-esteem, your self-worth, and can see all the ways in which you are abundant, right? Whether that be in love, in support, in important connections and people that you have in your life, or even feeling abundant within side of the self. We also have your purpose is personal expansion. How can you be more intentional with your choices and live with more purpose? Okay, so let's see what else. Messages on self-love and personal power for pile number 1. We have resilient. May your soul weather the storms. Okay. And I feel like that is also you reflecting back, right, on the things that you've gone through, and look how far you've come. Okay. Look how strong you are in that. All that you have been able to make it through, even when those times where you've been, right? It says out of the darkness. Some of you may have been in those places in life where you have hit rock bottom. Okay, you could be going through it now. You could already be out on the other side of it, but still working towards healing here. Know that you are resilient. Okay, let's see what else. Messages on self-love and personal power. Right? Sometimes it takes us losing ourselves to find ourselves. We need to go through the dark. Right? We really want to change, evolve, grow. We have to face our darkness. It's not easy. Right? It's painful. It's challenging. It's definitely not a place you want to stay. Can be pretty awful. I've definitely been there. For those of you that this is your first time ever watching one of my readings, I do have one of my other channels, The Mystical Gypsy. I do have a video that I posted there years ago about my personal story of me going through a really, really dark time in my life and everything about it. So if you are kind of like in that place and needing, you know, to feel that there are others out there that go through painful things where you feel dark and lost and, you know, then I would check out that video. Like I said, it's on my channel, The Mystical Gypsy. I think it's called Healing Anxiety and Depression. Okay. But you might want to check that out especially this is your first time watching one of my readings. Let's see what else. Messages on self-love and personal power for pile number 1. We have begin. And it says, may you start as if you have already begun. Okay? May you start as if you have already begun. Let's see. And we have believe. And it says, may the sea deepen your faith. May the sea deepen your faith. Some of you, because I'm using this beautiful, what is this? This is like an ocean. I can't remember the name of this card. But a lot of it has to do all with the ocean, the water, the beaches, nature. But for some of you, because this is all water energy here, water can also be something that is very helpful for clearing your energy. Okay, so those of you that are able to, if you are lucky enough to live near an ocean, a lake, a river, you know, I mean, it doesn't have to, but it's very, very beautiful, right, process where you can spend time, if you're able to, near a live body of water, to be able to clear your energy in that. Okay, those of you that don't, like me, I live in the desert in Arizona. So, I mean, there's lakes around here, but it's not like being near the ocean. But those of you that can't, and you're just completely in the middle of land and there is no water around, then even taking a salt bath, okay, a shower, setting the intention that water is clearing, okay, purifying your energy, maybe something that's very beautiful. Okay, so let's see what else. Pile number 1, self-love and personal power. What are you needing to hear at this time? We have begin to explore. Okay, and that may be something that really helps you to discover who you are as a person, what your desires are, you know, helping you to reclaim your personal power. right? Your sense of self, your self-worth, exploring who you are as a person, right? Beneath all of the insecurities, fears, worries, self-limiting beliefs, right? Who are you at your core? We have focus on success. Wake up call. All right. Wake up call. Maybe for some of you it's reclaiming, right? It's time to reclaim your power, your energy. We have nurture yourself first, right? Especially for those of you that are, you know, wanting love, right? Or wanting acceptance from someone else, friends, romantic partners, right? You have to learn to love yourself first. Put yourself first, right? Maybe that is a wake-up call for some of you. Take care of you first. Okay? So let's see. We have, I am becoming more confident and stronger each day. I guess we're taking both of them. We have, I do not have to prove myself to anyone. And every time I exhale, I breathe out tensions and anxieties. So breathing or breath work, I should say, may be something that's also very helpful for you. Okay, so you might want to look into that as well. Breath work. I'm sure there's plenty of videos on breath work on YouTube that may be very helpful for you to be able to releasing things. Okay, so we're going to look with the messages to kind of close out your reading here today. Some messages on maybe what self-care practice may be needed at this time to help you with your self-love and personal power journey. A journey back to reclaiming your personal power. Okay. We have abundance planning. Okay. Abundance planning. That may be something maybe to help you, right? With you reclaiming your personal power, it could be something where you kind of figure things out in terms of plans that you have, right? Things that you want to create within your life. Let's see what else. We have movement, okay? And that could be dancing. That could be, you know, going for a run, going for a hike, yoga, you know, anything that you feel called to. We also have aromatherapy and ground yourself, okay? Aromatherapy, which can be something really, really beautiful. I actually use a lot of different ones, but I always use them before I do readings too. Sometimes I use, right now I have eucalyptus and lavender on my little table, but I always do this or use this before I do readings to kind of help to relax, clear, because I'm also somebody that has anxiety, especially when I'm recording. But this helps me to kind of relax too, especially when I'm doing it, you know, during the day. So that may be something that's really helpful. And you can also put the little drops inside of a little diffuser to kind of put that in the room. Okay, we also have ground yourself. So grounding, you know, here she's meditating, but this can also be something that you do just by spending time outdoors. Okay, sitting outside in nature, listening to music, listening to drums, sound bowls. Sound is also something that can be something very beneficial for that as well. But yeah, I'm definitely feeling the deep breathing. I'm seeing deep breathing at the bottom of the deck. So that can also be, again, going into the breath work. That may be something that's very helpful for you to release. Okay, here as well. So that is all that I have for you, pile number 1. I do hope that this was helpful for you guys, and I will see you in the next reading. Hi, pile 2. So those of you that resonated with the I Reveal My Truth card and the Malachite, this is going to be a reading. So starting off your reading, we're doing messages on self-love and your personal power. And so the card that you have says, I reveal my truth. And if you notice in this card, her makeup is smeared. She looks like her eye makeup is actually running here, like she's been crying. So the message with this card is a need for you to think about. And I feel like this also goes in regards to your personal power, okay? Of course, self-love too, but more so personal power, I feel like. Because the message with this card is talking about you needing to voice, express your feelings, your emotions. So those of you that chose this pile, I want you to think about how many times in your life you have not spoken your truth. And that could be with a family member, it could be with a friend, it could be with a coworker, a romantic partner. And not spoken your truth in terms of, you know, maybe going through a discussion, an argument, a conversation, anything with someone where you have held back, kind of like what they say, bite your tongue, right? Bite your tongue. And not say something out of fear of hurting someone else's feelings, even though you may have felt triggered, even though you may have felt hurt by something that someone said. Okay, so a lot of this is talking about the throat chakra, you know, holding your feelings inside and not giving them a voice, not saying something. And sometimes, you know, there are certain situations where it's better for us to sometimes not say anything at all, because sometimes situations are like that when you're dealing with someone, you know, where you feel like no matter what you say, the person is just, you know, saying you might not feel like you might not get anywhere. But it's still important for you to be able to express that, okay? Even if it's, let's just say it's not with that person, you express it to a therapist, you express it to a friend, you express it by speaking to your spirit guides out loud, you know, like you're saying, you know what, my boss really made me upset today and it made me feel like this, this, and this. So at least you're getting those feelings out. Okay, so I am feeling there is maybe for some of you a need to work on your throat chakra, which is learning how to speak your truth, learning how to find your voice, to stand up for yourself, to speak up for yourself, and to say what you feel, you know, without having to think about, oh, well, if I say this to this person, then it's going to hurt their feelings. And, you know what I'm saying? So, of course, there's a way of saying things, right? Of course, you know, watch your words. You can always come from a place of love, of compassion, or choose your words carefully, but to get your point across. And so basically this is you speaking about that, right? So yeah, I want you to think about how many times you have not been able to really say what you want to say. You know, sometimes what we want to say is something super offensive to people, you know, but we have ways of being able to kind of get our point across to someone without needing to be vulgar or, you know, using profanity or to be a bully or to put someone down, you know? So yeah, a lot of this message is about you finding your voice, speaking your truth, revealing your truth, and not feeling, I'm going to move this over here, not feeling like your voice has to be stifled, you know, in some way. So yes, that's a need for you to really, you know, and that, like I said, to me, that's more about you claiming your personal power, you standing up for yourself, speaking up for yourself when the situation calls for it. Okay. Your voice is important. You need to be heard, right? And you shouldn't let someone tell you that your opinion doesn't matter or that, you know, what you say doesn't matter. Use your voice, okay? Is the big message that I'm getting with that. So let's see. Messages on self-love and personal power for pile number 2. Five of Swords, there it is right there. Five of Swords is a very, very challenging energy. And sometimes this can be when people are using some not so nice words to cut others down. Okay? This could be through conflict with anybody, which can sometimes make us feel defeated, right? What I was going to say right before I pulled this card is I've had friendships before, one in particular that really sticks out in my mind, which was with a female friend. And she was very aggressive and constantly putting me down, cutting me down, saying like little things, like little side comments. And I was someone who, I'm still fairly introverted, extroverted when I need to be, but I was someone who was already low self-esteem, from all the trauma that I had gone through. But she was a bully. And, even if I tried to speak up, say something, it was like she was just like, shut it down. No, just like really rude. And like I was saying, sometimes it's like no matter what you try to say to someone, there's no talking to them. There is no rationalizing. There is no, you know what I'm saying? So, like I said, sometimes it's like you feel like your voice is not heard. You feel like you're not getting your point across. And sometimes you just have to think, okay, what kind of a person am I dealing with? What kind of a person is this? It was a very toxic friendship that I had that is no more. But yeah, this makes me think about that. The Five of Swords is a very aggressive energy. It's a lot of not so nice words that are exchanged between people. And that can be something that you've experienced during childhood. You could have grew up in that environment. You could have had situations like that with romantic partners, with friends, with family members, with coworkers, being disrespectful and just saying things, right? And so with the Five of Swords, this also leads us to a place where we hold on to that. We hold on to those thoughts about that and repeat. And if you're somebody who has anxiety, or any other mental health disorder, ruminating on that, ruminating on those thoughts over and over and over again, and how they said it and what their face looked like. It's just like remembering all of that, and you hold on to that energy, right? And so we can end up self-sabotaging with the Five of Swords, feeling defeated. We start to internalize a lot of that stuff and start to believe that about ourselves. Okay? Which is not true, right? Not true. So let's see what else. Pile number 2, self-love and personal power. Four of Swords. Okay. The Four of Swords is about rest, resting the mind. Okay. Meditation may be something for some of you that you're wanting to kind of look into, right? And if you're someone who doesn't believe in meditation, you can meditate while you're doing the dishes. It doesn't have to be that you sit down and you just, the traditional meditative practice, but you can meditate, like I said, while you're vacuuming, while you're cleaning the house, while you're doing an art project, while you're, spending time in nature, going for a walk, because you're allowing the mind to just kind of settle, clear, right? Calm, peaceful type of energy. So that may be something that's very helpful for you. Okay, here as well. And then you also have the Four of Wands energy here. And the fours within the tarot are about stability. Okay. And so this may even be a need for you to celebrate yourself. Okay. And first off, I'm saying celebrating yourself for your accomplishments, for the things that you've been able to achieve, overcome. The Four of Wands to me is also about your environment. Okay. The home, the house, the people that you allow into your circle, family members, friends, romantic partners. Okay? I feel like there's a big thing here with making sure that your environment is something that allows you to feel safe, to feel comfortable, to feel secure. Right? So pay attention to how you feel around people. Okay? Is your environment conducive to you feeling calm, feeling secure, safe? Okay? And if it's not, take a look at what or who, I should say, you can remove from your life if that's possible, or to get yourself out of situations, right? Setting boundaries. Messages on self-love and personal power for pile number 2. 6 of Pentacles. Queen of Swords. Bottom of the deck. Ace of Pentacles. Okay. So I'm going to move this over here. But with the 6 of Pentacles energy, the 6 of Pentacles is about kindness, generosity, giving and receiving. Okay? So I'm also feeling there is a need for you. And I feel like this also goes along with your personal power as well. It is love. It is love. It is self-love. Because with the 6 of Pentacles, this is about making sure that you are not someone who is continuing to give and give and give your time, your love, your energy to people who do nothing but take away from you. Okay? There's a need for you to, again, look at that. We've got the Queen of Swords here. And like I was saying, this is all about the throat chakra. Okay? Your voice, your words. And you've got the Queen of Swords. But that 6 of Pentacles is for you to really make sure that your friendships are balanced, your romantic relationships are balanced, your, maybe your job, make sure you're not in a toxic environment. Okay? Making sure that you're not over giving, people pleasing, right? Which is kind of what this makes me feel like. If you're just not saying something to keep the peace, or to, not, like I said, speak your truth. There's ways of communicating, right? Like I said, sometimes you deal with people, like I was saying with my old friendship, that no matter what I said, I was always wrong. I didn't know what I was talking about. It was just like really bad. Okay, so it's just like sooner or later you realize, okay, this is not working. This is not a good balanced friendship. She was very opinionated, very just a bully is the best way that I can say that. Just a bully. So, yeah, I feel like making sure that you are not just giving so much of your time and your energy, making sure that you receive back, right? You put yourself in situations that is equal give and take. Okay, there. And not being afraid of standing up for yourself, finding your voice. I'm seeing as well with that Queen of Swords. Okay, you have the Ace of Pentacles energy here too. And the Ace of Pentacles is about new beginnings, new friends, new people in your life. Okay, if it means that your home environment is not great, right? Does that mean that you have to take a look at the relationship that you're in? As a way of you learning how to stand up for yourself and because the Queen of Swords, she is a no BS type of woman. Okay? And I'm speaking just of the energy here. It doesn't matter what gender you are, but the Queen of Swords, she's feminine. Okay? So yeah, finding your voice, learning how to stand up for yourself. The Queen of Swords will not take BS from anyone. Okay? She is someone who is able to see truth from illusion. She's very confident. She's very intelligent. Right? And there's a need for you to kind of embody that energy and to be able to see through, right? Like I said, sometimes people will throw some not so nice words at you. Is it really true? Right? Do you truly believe that about yourself? Are you allowing the values and the opinions of other people to be something that cut you down, right? The Queen of Swords can also have a very sharp tongue. Okay, she can be just as cold, just as detached, just as painful, hurtful with her words, right? So maybe for some of you, this can also be a need for you to also, if you are that type of person, right, which is possible, it could be a shadow aspect of yourself, that you are also someone who can be just as cold, right? Just as cold, just as sharp with your words, and can also, cut other people down, which would be the shadow of the Queen of Swords. Okay, so yeah, I'm feeling it's kind of like taking a look at your environment, looking at if things are balanced within your life, the connections that you have with people, with friends, with family members, romantic partners, and learning how to stand up for yourself, right? The Queen of Swords, I look at her as like the voice of authenticity, of truth, of fairness, of balance, which we're seeing here with the Six of Pentacles. Okay, so it's the Queen of Swords is all about justice and fairness, balance, doing the right thing, saying the right thing, taking the right actions, right? Treating people fairly. Okay, the Queen of Swords is also someone who's not judgmental. Okay, so if you have people around you that are judgmental towards you and you don't stand up for yourself, right? Speak your truth. There's, like I said, sometimes you're just in those situations with people, like I said about my friendship. Now, no matter what I said, it was like it was going right over her head. She didn't get it, right? So yeah, sometimes it's just you pull yourself away, right, out of those situations, and so long as you voice them, if you need to scream, if you need to shout, if you need to, talk to another friend, talk to your mom, talk to your dad, talk to your friend, somebody else, as long as you are able to voice what it is, because the worst thing is holding it in, is what this card is talking about. Don't hold it in. Okay? So if you have to vent to someone, do that. Okay? Do that is an important thing here. And like I said, to me, this is more or less about your power, your personal power here. And that is, I feel like, a form of self-love, right? You stand up for yourself. You love yourself that much that you're not going to put yourself in situations that other people are talking down to you, bullying, or people who are taking you for granted, right? Using, with the Six of Pentacles, friendships that are not balanced, right? You're constantly giving and helping and giving, and the other person is like never there when you need them. Okay? Okay, so let's see. What do I want to do? Let's go into... let's do this one here. Okay. So messages on self-love and personal power. And I feel like with the Ace of Pentacles, don't be afraid of starting over. Don't be afraid of starting new. Don't be afraid of making new friends. Don't be afraid of moving house, changing jobs. Okay? Choose you. Choose love. Choose to love yourself enough to, do what you need to do to take care of yourself and put yourself in the best situations, best environments, and know your worth. Let's see. Self-love and personal power for pile 2. We have celebrate being human. Existence is a miracle. Okay? Celebrating yourself, like I said earlier with the Four of Wands. Celebrate you. Celebrate your existence. Okay, so we have 2 more here. It says ancient wisdom. The ancient ones are rising. The ancient ones are rising. This makes me feel like a lot of energy surrounding your ancestors, trying to guard, trying to protect you, wanting you to stand up for yourself, right? Wanting you to see your worth and your value. We also have multidimensional, and it says you are a multidimensional being of light. Okay, and that's like remembering that. Remember who you are. Okay, let's see. Pile number 2, self-love and personal power. We have Maya, the ancient grandmother teacher. It says, I am the teacher that leads with self-knowledge. Okay. And like I said, the Queen of Swords is very, very knowledgeable. She's very wise. Okay. So I feel like for you, this is also you learning, right? Learning. The Queen of Swords to me is also on that way. There's so much potential with learning, wisdom that you gain, right? From experiences that you've gone through. What are these things teaching you? Okay. Let's see. Self-love and personal power. This one's popping out. We've got the Stargate heart, and it says a heart chakra opening, unlocking, and also generosity. Okay. So that to me is kind of like that Six of Pentacles right there. Okay. Giving to others, but like I said, making sure that things are balanced. We have the heart chakra opening. So maybe for some of you, being able to use your voice and express your feelings and emotions may also be something that's going to help you to clear any heart chakra blockages here. Because sometimes, I will say, the Queen of Swords, she's also kind of like, in a way, the representation of the woman scorned, right? The woman that's been hurt. We can become bitter. We can become cold. We can become detached, right? Very guarded, you know, with not wanting to because, you know, what we've gone through in the past with the Queen of Swords, right? Things happen to us that are painful and challenging, and all of a sudden it changes us, right? We become blocked emotionally, you know, disconnected, detached from our emotions and our feelings because we've had to stuff them down so much to please other people, right? We become that Queen of Swords in the negative way, where we just detach ourselves emotionally, which is not good, right? Not good. We want to be the Queen of Swords in a positive light, in that we are intelligent and we've learned lessons and we can use our voice and we can be clear and we can use logic, right? But we also want to keep a clear balance with the heart space as well. Okay? So I'm feeling there's a need for you, right, to step into your power, right? As the Queen of Swords, find your voice, use your voice, clarity, logic, fairness, balance, and making sure that everything within your life is aligning to that, but also speak about it, talk about it, okay? Reveal what your truth is, okay? To help you to keep this heart chakra open, okay? Let's see what else. Self-love and personal power for pile number 2. We have Akashic records, clearing old stories, releasing past lives, and freedom. Okay, so maybe for some of you, especially those of you that do believe in past lives, maybe this was something that was an issue in the past, not standing up for yourself, right? Clearing old stories to me also ties back into that Five of Swords, because that is self-sabotaging thoughts, okay? Especially if it's been something that someone said to you and you keep repeating it in your mind, right? Holding on to that. Something else that someone has said to you. Self-love and personal power for pile 2. Let's get one more. Okay, so we have the universe rewards motion. What guided action can you take today? And we have you are the joy seeker. What little victories can you celebrate? Okay, what little victories can you celebrate? So let's go into these here. Self-love and personal power. Let's get 2 more of these. Self-love and personal power. All right, there we go. We've got lightness. May the light lift you to the surface. Okay, and I'm feeling that To me, that is kind of like symbolic in a way of removing the things that are weighing you down. And sometimes they're thoughts, right? Sometimes it's people, sometimes it's relationships, connections, friendships. To me, the lightness, the Queen of Swords is also this empowered energy that recognizes, right, when something is not in alignment with her. She has no problem cutting and removing something out of her life that is not right, not balanced, okay? And there's a need for you to step into that energy. We have decide here, and it says, may you navigate with purpose. Navigating through life with purpose. Does the situation serve me? Does this friendship serve me? Does this job serve me? Okay. Receive. May you know you are worthy of the gift of receiving. Okay. And to me, that is loyalty, truth, balance, fairness, love, whatever it might be. Let's look at, let's go into this one here. Self-love and personal power for pile 1. I'm sorry, pile 2. We have rejuvenate. Right, and rejuvenate could be taking a break, taking a rest, taking a vacation, taking some time away. Things that are stressful. We have live life to the fullest. Accept what is dying, okay? So in a way, I feel like if there's something that is being removed from your life, I feel like something like a friendship that is dying, right? Relationship that is dying. Let it, okay? Is what this is. It's understanding that sometimes some things, some people are not meant to be there, right? And that may be grieving the loss of that friendship or that relationship. Okay, allow yourself to do that. Voice your feelings about it, but also acceptance of that. Also accept the parts of you that are dying, of your old self, right? Wave goodbye to them. Wave goodbye to that old self that didn't use their voice, that didn't stand up for themselves, that allowed that situation to continue long past where it should have. Okay? Allowing for that release. Okay? And underneath the deck, I'm seeing grieve your losses. Okay? Speak about them, voice them. Even if literally some of you may have lost someone, a family member, a friend, a romantic partner, and a person has passed, there's a need for you, again, don't hold it in. Talk to someone. Okay? Getting the help that you need, I feel like, is also a form of self-love. Right? Helping yourself in any way that you can. Putting yourself first. So let's see what else. Self-love and personal power. We have, I am becoming more confident and stronger each day. I am becoming confident, more confident and stronger each day. Okay, so we have, I always speak kindly of others, and I have my special place in this world. Okay, knowing that you matter. Your opinion matters. Your voice matters. Your opinion, right? Okay, now we're going to, let's see. Yeah, we're going to close out this reading and get any additional messages from Spirit as far as what self-care practices might be something that really help you at this time to work on reclaiming your personal power and self-love. So let's see. Pile number 2. sync with the moon. Okay. Now this may be working with the cycles of the moon, you know, manifesting, releasing things. For those of you that like to work with the moon cycles, okay? Releasing things. I feel like is a big part of that. We have chanting, okay? So as she's chanting, you can see kind of like this vibration, right? That's kind of moving all the way. Well, she is using her throat chakra with chanting. But this is a vibration, right? It takes on a certain vibration when we are chanting. So some of you, that could be something that you do during meditation, maybe even going to a little class, okay? Because the chanting is going to help you with your vibration, okay? You don't have to if you don't like chanting. You can also do it with sound bowls, but I am feeling there is a need for your voice is an important thing here, okay? So maybe you sing, even if you're not good at singing. I'm not good at singing, but I still sing, you know? So let's see. There it is right there. Okay, you have sing. Sing your heart out, pile number 2. Okay, so yes, I'm getting definitely both of these. Chanting, singing. Both of these are tied into the throat chakra. So that is something that's super important for you, okay? Finding your voice. And that could even be like if you're someone who's really shy, right? That's also important for you. Not just letting people do or say what they want to do to you because you're shy. You're introverted. You're too afraid to speak up. Okay? But yeah, that's what I'm seeing here. Whatever way. Sing in the shower. Sing outside while you're going for a walk. Wherever, right? In your house. But yeah, that's what I'm seeing here for you. Pile number 2. Okay? So I'm going to leave it here. And I hope this reading was helpful for you guys. And I will see you in the next one. Hi, pile 3. So those of you that resonated with I am ready and the amethyst crystal. Okay. We've got some stuff to talk about with this card. Okay, so look at how she is sitting here with her hands covering her face, her eyes. Okay. I am ready. I feel like those of you that have chose this pile may have had thoughts, ideas about things that you want to do, things that you want to change, dreams that you have, you know, whether that's I want to go to school, I want to move, I want a better job, I want a new relationship, whatever it is. To me, this speaks a lot about you, potentially for some of you, because, and I feel like this could tie into, of course, issues surrounding self-love, but also your power. And this, I feel like in some way could be allowing your fears, insecurities, which you can have that can be deeply rooted into issues surrounding self-love, but, or not having, or not being in your power, not being confident in yourself, you know, self-esteem, self-worth issues, but holding yourself back. Okay, this is a need, like could be things that you're avoiding, fears that you have that are holding you back from new beginnings or new paths or things that you want to do. Okay, so she says, I'm ready, but does she look like she's ready? You know, so I feel like maybe for those of you that have chosen this pile, is that there's a need for you to kind of really work and address those fears that you have. Right? Or if it's anxiety, or if it is, you know, not being confident in yourself. Like if you say, like, I want a better job, I want to be paid more, but not having the confidence to know that you are worthy of being paid more, or worthy of love that you seek, you know, or a new relationship, a new friendship. So when we're constantly kind of in a place where we're planning and, you know, thinking and waiting for, you know, this to happen or that to happen, or, I'll wait until this happens, or I'll wait until I get this done, and we're just waiting instead of actually doing. Okay? So I'm feeling that there's a need for you to really be ready, get ready, and make choices, make decisions, and just kind of jump in. Because if you're just constantly waiting, right, then you'll be waiting for the rest of your life, right? To have something, to move towards something, to, achieve a goal, a dream that you have. Okay? So let's see pile 3, messages on self-love and personal power. Messages on self-love and personal power. 3 of Swords. 4 of Swords. Wow. 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. Let's see. The World. Look at that hand. It's just like, stop. It stops here. Yeah. Okay. The 6 of Wands. Okay. The Devil. Okay, there it is, right there. With the Devil energy. Okay. So, let's talk about this. Your overall energy is the Devil. Okay? The Devil keeps us stuck, trapped, oppressed, limited. Illusions, fears, doubts, uncertainty, toxic, or even obsessive thinking, repeat patterns of behavior, keeping ourselves stuck in unhealthy situations, keeping ourselves stuck in an illusion, right? It's a very restrictive energy. Okay? I'm also getting, for some of you, the Devil can also talk about addictions. Okay, no matter what that is, if it's food, if it's drink, if it's substance, if it's other activities, okay? Other activities that you're in that are not serving your highest good, okay? So, this to me is limitations. And like I said, she's saying, I'm ready, but she's not. Right? Even both of them, she's covering her face. These 2 people are also covering their face too. Right? So to me, that says a lot about fears that are holding you back. The 5 of Swords can be about self-sabotage, self-sabotaging thoughts. The feeling of defeat, allowing your thoughts to be something that keep you in a place of defeat, right? Talking yourself out of things, sidestepping, avoiding situations. Yeah, this is kind of like a remind you of the power with the 5 of Swords, reminding you of the power of your words and your actions. That could be something that are creating issues for you, right? Stagnancy in your life, or kind of not allowing you to fully be in your power, because the Devil is a representation of the ego, the shadow self. Okay? So when we are kind of in a sense under the ego's control, and the ego, is there to protect us, right? It allows us to have this human experience and to keep us safe. That's what its job is. Okay? But we can have a healthy ego, right? And this to me is feeling trapped by it, feeling stuck. Okay? This is kind of when we delve too far into our shadow self, too far into the shadow side, and allow the ego to take the lead in life. Right? The ego keeps us from living out our dreams, living out our goals, making certain decisions, leaving certain relationships that are not good for us, friendships, job situations, whatever that might be. Okay? So when I looked at that world card with the hand, literally, I'm like, this is Spirit saying it stops here. This has to stop. Right? This has to stop. The world is about endings, the completion of cycles. Okay? So I'm feeling here, because you do have the Three of Swords, and the Three of Swords can sometimes be about pain, suffering, betrayal, heartache, a need for healing. And the Three of Swords card, I want you to kind of think about like this first sword as that initial word, action by another person, or even a way that you hurt yourself, right? Your own words that hurt you, that you speak to yourself, right? I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy of this. I can't have that. It's never going to happen for me. I'm too afraid. I'm too scared. All these things, okay? That first sword is that initial pain. The swords that follow it can be repeat actions, or this can be when we are reliving a painful experience in our mind, right? First sword goes in, someone did something to us, and then guess what? Our mind, with that devil energy, feeling trapped and stuck in this event or situation that's happened, it repeats those thoughts over and over and over again. Right? And it's hard for us to let that go, right? Because remember how bad that pain. Guess what? Your mind doesn't know the difference. Your brain doesn't know the difference, right? Because as you're reliving that moment, that event, that word, that's something that someone said to you that was painful, your body thinks it's going through it again and again and again. So think about what you do to yourself on a daily basis, right? All over again, all over again. The body, think about what is happening, right? Within inside of you, inside of your mind, inside of your heart, and how your body is holding on to all of that energy. Okay? So the Three of Swords is going to be that need for focusing on healing and release, right? You have the Five of Swords on the other side of that. Four of Swords in the middle. The Four of Swords is about rest, meditation, reflection, taking a pause, taking a break, clearing the mind. It's a place of stability with the Four of Swords, right? The mind is clear. It's taking a break. Okay? So I feel like with the world energy here, that this is Spirit saying, if you can really work towards being more mindful of what pain you have and the ways in which you communicate with yourself, with others. Sometimes with the Five of Swords, this can be about, other people that we allow into our life, maybe even relationships with the devil, toxic relationships. Okay? That Five of Swords can be words that other people are communicating to us, speaking to us, saying to us, making us feel low. Right? Again, the world, it stops here. No more, pile 3. Right? The Six of Wands energy here is about victory. It's about success. So I feel like Spirit's message here that is, as you are able to really work on your healing, being more mindful of any self-sabotaging thoughts or even any situations that are going on in your life, friendships, relationships, romantic, family situations, job situations, take an honest look at it, right? Because this here, to me, like I said, there's something here that maybe you're not wanting to face. Maybe it's about yourself. Maybe it's about a situation that you're in. There's a need for you to really kind of claim your power, right? Reclaim your power. Because this is something that is limiting you, whether it's yourself or you are in a situation that is doing this to you. Okay? The devil can also be about obsession, obsessive thoughts, attachment, codependency, unhealthy patterns of behavior that we have. okay, that need to come to an end, right? Because it could be you keeping yourself stuck in that cycle, okay? So once you're able to acknowledge them, right, through mindfulness, through meditation, through taking a pause, taking a break, taking a look at things a little bit closer, right? And you're able to successfully bring them to an end, the Six of Wands is here. Okay? The Six of Wands is you being able to overcome these things. The Six of Wands, though, can also be about the ego, which we also have here with the Devil. Okay? So I'm feeling in order for you to really reclaim your personal power, maybe a good look at the ego is something that you want to make sure. Am I leading with intuition and heart and love? Or am I allowing my ego to take the driver's seat and lead my life, right? Which, looking at this Devil card, doesn't look like it's leading in a good place, right? Not great. So we want to, with the World energy here and the Four of Swords, really reflect upon that, right? The Six of Wands, as you're able to kind of acknowledge, right, and face certain fears that you might have, overcoming them, the Six of Wands is you being able to celebrate. It's a victory. It's success, right? And I feel like this is Spirit's message here, is that you can get through this. You can overcome this. Okay? So let's see what else we have for you. Pile number 3. And maybe part of it is being more mindful. Okay, noticing, why am I doing this right now? Why am I sabotaging? Where is this coming from? Right? The Devil is an illusion. The Devil is an illusion. You have to break yourself out of that illusion, right? And face it. Let's see. Self-love and personal power for pile number 3. We have ancient wisdom, and it says the ancient ones are rising. The ancient ones are rising. To me, that speaks a lot about your ancestors, healing your family line, your generational line, by you being the one who breaks free from the illusion of the ego's trap. Okay. We have find the humor in life. Lighten up. Life isn't meant to be taken so seriously. Okay. And we have connected to ancient lands. There is a reason you feel called to specific places. Okay. And I feel like if you're feeling the call, right, to certain places, know that it's happening for a reason. And don't be too afraid of moving towards what those things are. What your soul is calling you towards. Okay? Maybe for some of you with the World energy here, it is travel. It is relocation. It is movement of some kind. Okay, let's see what else. Self-love and personal power for pile number 3. We have Chamber of the Violet Flame, karmic release, and radical transformation. Okay, so some of you might want to work with the Violet Flame. If you don't know what the Violet Flame is, I would suggest Googling it. I'm sure they have plenty of videos as well on YouTube. Okay, but it's essentially you envisioning a violet flame around you, surrounding you, protecting you, clearing things of that nature. Okay, so it's a lot of meditative practice, but you may want to work with that energy if that is something that you feel called to do. But we have karmic release here. Okay, so maybe that is something that's going to help you to clear karmic energy. Like I said, tied into the Devil energy. Okay, that will be something as you're able to kind of release these karmic patterns of behaviors or thoughts or even situations to help you reclaim your power, right? As you release these things karmically. So let's see, pile 3. Self-love and personal power. We have the sacred orchard, co-create, and it says, my abundance mindset attracts endless blessings. Okay. So maybe for some of you, it could be feeling stuck in a scarcity mindset. Okay. And that being something that helps you to reclaim your power. Okay. Let's see what else. We have the Star Daughters with dance, and it says, I dance, sing, and play with my sisters at sunset. Okay. So to me, this can be talking about you connecting with others, community, support surrounding you. Dance can also be something that helps to change or shift your vibration as well. Okay. And I'm seeing there's a bunch of butterflies all around here. So I feel like a lot of this is about transformation, personal transformation. Okay? Because the devil can also be self-limiting beliefs, right? Certain beliefs that we hold that keep us stuck and trapped. Okay? Again, going back to this, I am ready. Let's see. Let's do this one here. Self-love and personal power for pile number 3. We have, you can make it through. Your higher self is always guiding you. What wisdom does your higher self have for you? Okay. And if you want to find that out, ask your higher self out loud, in your mind, in your heart. And allow yourself to be open to receive that answer. Okay? And it could be a thought that comes in, right? It could be a symbol. It could be a number. It could be a word that just kind of pops into your mind. It could be something that you hear on the radio, that you see on TV. Be open to receiving those messages in a way that your higher self is connecting and speaking to you. Okay? Self-love and personal power for pile number 3. We have eliminate distractions. Stop shining light on things you are not. And it says, how can you reclaim your power? Okay? The devil to me is all the things you are not. Okay? All those limitations, all those limited beliefs, those are things you are not, right? This holds you back. Okay. We also have soul alignment. It says it's time for a radical change. How can you show up for yourself in ways that you never have before? Okay. This, I feel like a lot of the messages that are kind of coming through are about you, a lot about personal power. And maybe that comes from you learning to love yourself, right? But this is really about you kind of standing up for yourself, showing up for yourself. Maybe for some of you, this has been like a long time coming, that you've kept yourself in a place where you've limited yourself. Maybe for some of you throughout most of your life, right? Most of your life living like that. Okay, so let's see what else. Self-love and personal power for pile number 3. Self-love and personal power. Let's get one more. Okay. So we have courageous. It says, may each breaking wave build your courage. Okay. I am feeling solar plexus energy for you. Solar plexus, especially with this courageous here, building up your courage. Solar plexus, for some of you, it may even be sacral chakra. Okay, maybe even the root, sacral, solar. I feel like the lower chakras here. We have gratitude, and it says, may you honor all that you receive. Okay. Yes. Okay. Because I feel like with gratitude, it's sometimes, we don't have a lot. But we also have to show that we are grateful, right, for the things that we do have. We also have alive, and it says, may you delight in vitality. Okay. And I feel like with this limitations and restrictions here, it's not making you feel very alive, right? There's a lot of limitations, a lot of fears, a lot of things kind of holding you back in a sense. So, and it's like needing to reclaim your power so that you do feel alive. You feel happy. You feel content. You feel fulfilled, right? With everything in your life, not just one thing, you know? And I often tell that to people that when I'm doing self-love readings, personal, private self-love readings for people, about how much, you know, our family life or love life can impact other aspects of your life. Okay? How things that happen, say, during childhood can affect you and your adult relationships, how it can affect your ability to pursue certain dreams or goals that you have. Okay? So, let's see what else. Self-love and personal power. For pile number 3. We have laugh at your demons. Okay? Laugh at your demons. And we all have them. Right? We all have those inner demons. But it's not allowing them to control, right? To impact, to influence. Strengthen your gifts. And embrace your power. Okay? Embrace your power. I'm going to take this one too. Reassess. And that may be reassessing yourself, reassessing beliefs that you have, reassessing your connections, your relationships, things that are not making you happy, things that are not making you feel content, and have enough strength and confidence within yourself to know that you are deserving of change. You are deserving of better. You are deserving of more. You are deserving of everything that you envision for yourself. You are deserving of, and you have to know that. You have to believe that with every fiber of your being. Worthy, abundance, love, happiness, and recognize how you might be limiting yourself, how you are holding yourself back from that. Okay? Denying yourself the things that you are worthy of. Okay, so let's see. We have, I am thankful for what others have done for me in my life. Okay, and I feel like a lot of that goes in with gratitude. Okay, I am thankful for what others have done for me in my life. Self-love and personal power. Right? And a lot of that may be also about changing perspective too, you know, especially if you are someone who harbors, say, resentment for others, you know, like, let's just say if you have somebody who's coming in, helping you, and then things start to go south with that person, and all you focus on is the bad things, the negative things, right? You don't think about the past and what good things there were. Okay? Or even, you know, recognizing when someone is there for you, when someone is being supportive, when someone is trying to give to you or to help you. Right? Sometimes when we are at that, sitting in that lower vibration with the devil energy, we might not acknowledge those things. Okay? So maybe this is a time for you to also reflect upon what others, right, have been there, that have been supportive, that have helped, you know, in any way. Maybe it's a person who came into your life for a short period of time, but maybe it was something that they said, some type of word, some type of guidance that that person has given to you. Okay? We also have, through my contributions, I make positive changes to the world. Okay? So to me, that says a lot about you, knowing that you are important here, right? You being here is important. Okay. We have, I choose to, what is this? I choose to rise above the hurtful things that come my way, right? And that could be a person who's being hurtful, a person who's treating or saying, you know, something to you that's just not right, or you know is not right, right? And this is about you rising above that, removing yourself out of those situations, friendships, job situations, romantic partnerships. It can also be your own thoughts that come in, okay? Rising above them. I don't want to be this person anymore. I am not this person anymore, okay? And changing. We have, I ask for support and guidance whenever I need it. Okay, so be open. Don't be afraid of asking for help from others. Okay, so the last part of this reading, we're going to be getting some messages on what self-care practices might be something that are helpful for you at this time to help you with your self-love and personal power journey. So let's see, pile 3. Spend time with animals. Okay. Looks like she's got a squirrel, a butterfly, a cat, a dog, a stag, an owl, a bird, a spider. It's just like she's surrounded by animals. Okay, so maybe that's something that's very healing, therapeutic for you in some way, a service animal. Maybe some of you need a service animal. Let's see. Look for fairies, is what Spirit is saying. Look for fairies. Those of you that like to connect with the fae, the elementals. Okay. I feel like that's also something that's helpful to connect in with the inner child. Okay. And then we have deep breathing here. Okay, so maybe breathing practices, maybe something that are very beneficial for you to really kind of ground yourself. Okay, I am seeing aromatherapy at the bottom. Another pile got this. I use aromatherapy every single day because I am someone who does have anxiety. So, and it especially happens when I'm doing readings, and it only happens most of the time with like pile 1 when I first start. But I use, right now I have on my desk, I have lavender and eucalyptus. So I use these a lot, and sometimes in between piles too, when I need to just calm down and relax. But yes, you can put them in like little diffusers that kind of, you know, make your room smell nice, but the sense of them can be something that's very relaxing for you. Okay, so aromatherapy might be something that you want to look into. Deep breathing, relaxation, spending time with animals, getting yourself grounded, and looking for fairies. Who doesn't want to do that? Okay, there's, you know, maybe spending time in nature, maybe something there as well. Okay. So I'm going to leave this here for you, pile number 3. I do hope this is helpful for you guys, and I will see you in the next reading.